can I get your attention, please? Once again, I'm from the IT Serbia podcast crew. Unfortunately, my co-host is not here, but I have three fantastic speakers that you've been listening to for the past hour and a half, not sure exactly. So can I get Pavel, Marko, and Brandon to the stage so that we can do another interrogation with you guys? Marko, thanks. So as before, I've prepared some questions for you guys. Nothing scary, maybe for Marko. So not to mention you already know these guys. They talked really fantastic speeches for everybody. So Polish dev community, we are not so familiar with you guys. Unfortunately, we're not, because I think we are very close as nations. So what I wanted to ask you actually, Pavel, is can you tell us something more about the organizations you have in Poland, which are like IT or developer organizations?
If you talk specifically about PHP, we have previously we had local meetups with different names in different cities, and recently we have unified as one group called, I don't know how do you pronounce it in English, but it's PHP Errors, like with I and R. So basically we have PHP Errors editions in most of big cities. These are like meetups ranging from 30 to 80 people.
How many cities?
I think around 6 right now. Actually, after the summer, I will be organizing one in my city, in Łódź. We also have PHPCon, which is quite big PHP conference. Last year it was around 600 people. They basically rent a whole hotel and sell out months before the conference. So this year we are changing venue. And well, I think generally the Polish PHP community is doing pretty well. I mean, at summer camp, I think we'll have 4 Polish guys presenting. And Jacob Zalas is in Symphony Core team. So yeah, I think we are doing good.
My question is, are we invited to join you on your meetups?
Oh yes, absolutely. Like I said, it's just 2 hours to get to Warsaw. Actually, in order to get to Łódź, you need around 2 hours. So yes, absolutely, you are invited to all our events as speakers, as attendees, and I think we are very similar. From what I've seen here, it's like meat, beer. It will be fun.
Yeah, so this is a note for PHP Serbia. Come on, guys, let's tweet about that. Let's organize and let's visit these guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is I think the last thing I'm going to ask you. You actually had this speech over at PHP Day. So can you tell us something about the atmosphere there? How was it? I don't think anybody here from Serbia went there, or maybe from the region.
Yeah, well, PHP Day was really cool. I mean, Italy is beautiful, and the event itself was very nice. A lot of interesting talks about various topics, like full range of PHP topics, from testing to e-commerce and etc. Italians have a specific relationship with the time, but no, in general it was very cool. I highly recommend this event. I really hope to go there next year. Same as here. So
thank you. We appreciate it. So. Bam! Yes, the Zen framework question, Marko. We talked about this for a brief while, and we kind of mentioned that Zen framework is unfortunately not gaining popularity, but it's kind of stagnating or maybe even going below the line. So can you tell us your opinion on that?
Okay, so I have my vision on this, which may not be the one of all the others, and as I see it, from an open source contributor perspective, a framework is not a product. Okay, so when you use a framework, it's because you have some need, yes, but it's just because some people sit around the table or worked on it and cranked out some code that solves some common problems. So when the framework is not cool anymore, obviously it's gonna lose some traction, but you don't build something just because it's cool, you build something because you need it. And we didn't feel the need to build anything further. We're actually more stable. So we're not hip. Yes, of course. We're not as hip as newer things that came out, but we try to be very stable. And maintaining software is much less fun than actually building new software. So Obviously, when you maintain software and you have a large code base, you're going to have less maintainers, obviously, because nobody's like, yay, let's go and spend 6 hours maintaining this old bug that nobody knows about and fixing this bug and trying not to change the interface, because changing the interface is not possible. So the point is, it's not a product. So if you don't back it as a product, you don't pitch it as a product, it's obviously going down. But on the other side, I think since it's not a product, it's actually built for solving some problems rather than some business problems. Business problems are your core domain thing. The other use cases are actually, I think they're already solved by the framework. It's just not as hip as before, and there's no actual need to make it hip, in my opinion.
Thank you very much for that answer. I think this was a question which was formed in many heads here. So not to bug you anymore, but I do have a question regarding your nickname. Was it something from a game?
The nickname is really stupid. I think I invented it when I was 9 or something. So don't blame me too much. That's pretty much just my name reversed plus the use suffix. So it's Marco if you read it. It's very simple. Marco plus use at the end, which I think meant low. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to know some Latin, but I really didn't care studying in this at school. So yeah, okay, it comes from some Dungeons and Dragons stuff because I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. Yes. So there's also other suffixes and stuff for Elvish stuff, but you don't want to know about them.
So was this some kind of like an elf wizard or something?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so this may be a question for all of you, maybe even for you guys who already talked to us. So what do you think about all this? Anybody?
Marco already. I think Marco's already afraid you're all going to run him out of here with pitchforks. Serbia, I've never been here before. I think for most of the speakers, none of us had been here before. Of course, you know, I'm too young to remember the difficulties between Europe and Serbia. So I don't remember that, but my mother does, and I remember telling her I was coming here, and she said, "You're going where in the world?" And I think she'll be pleasantly surprised to find that there are cars and electricity but I think, you know, I have found Serbia to be very welcoming and very very welcoming, very warm. It's been a wonderful place to visit. I'm sad that I'm not going to be here for a little longer because the crew here has done a fantastic job making us feel at home and welcome and taking care of anything we need. So thank you guys for that. And they deserve a round of applause for putting this together.
Bravo, bravo. Thank you very much. So as you see, we have people flying all over from Maryland, US, and giving fantastic speeches here. So this guy actually worked for Mozilla, and I actually have a question, like, what was the break point where you decided to go away from Mozilla? It's such a huge project, such a huge story.
I think there comes a point in any project where you just don't love it. And if you don't love what you're doing, if you're not getting out of bed every morning excited, it's probably time to make a change. And for me, I've wanted to be an entrepreneur since I was like 7, and I've wanted to run my own business. And for me, the draw of that was just much greater than the project. I still love Mozilla. I think they're doing a lot of things right. I think they're doing a lot of things wrong, but you won't find a Mozilla contributor who doesn't think that way. And so just for me, it was just time to go out and do my own thing. But Mozilla is a fantastic project. It was an honor and a privilege to work there. There are some wonderful people who are there. There are wonderful people who have left. And I think that they've done a tremendous amount for the open source world and for the web in general. So I'm very proud to have worked there.
Thank you. So I have a very simple and a quick question for you, and then please stay put because we have to draw the prizes for these guys. So my final name is like if I read correctly, your first software application was an RPG game?
It was.
Tell us, what was it?
So I went to college for political science, and I quickly found
As many
out,
of us here,
yes,
obviously.
I quickly found out that political science doesn't pay anything. But I had an interest in socioeconomic type games, and so I was developing some of those where players would either represent a country or represent an interest or a party or something like that. And when you do that, there's a lot of math involved in economics and calculations and things like that. And much like Sean, my math education, well, let's just say I hated math. So I would have much rather let a computer do the math instead. And so I tried using Excel, and that didn't work. And then I stumbled on this thing called PHP, and that worked, and I loved it, and it worked. Now, I'll tell you, the first iteration of the game, I took it to a friend of mine who worked at Facebook, and I'm like, look at this cool thing that I've built. And he's taking a look at it, and he says, you're not escaping any of the MySQL queries. I said, I'm not? And he said, no, you're not. Do you know what MySQL real escape string is? Because this was back in 2004 when that was the hot new thing. I said, what? No, what is that? And he said, why don't you come back to Facebook in about 10 years? But we all start somewhere, right? And we all start in some place, and we all learn by experience. And it's been a remarkable journey, and I'm thankful that I've had it.
Thank you very much. Please, one more round of applause for these three fantastic speakers. I'm just gonna leave this logo here for no reason. Let's go forward to something very interesting. So we have 5 prizes for you guys. So first company is called Mainstream, if I'm correct, and we are giving you virtual machines hosting for 1 year, SSD, right? So which one of you is gonna do this first draw? I guess that's you. Okay, you gotta read it, man.
In advance, I apologize if I butcher your name. I have Tomislav Buljevic.
Tomislav Buljevic.
Buljevic.
That's it.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll do it. Marijana Pajević, Forma VS. Vojt. Come on.
Nemanja Mirkov?
Nemanja Mirko, bravo. Oh, Tihomir Opačić, that's my co-host. But hey, he's not here, but he really wanted that, so I'm gonna take it. Thank you. Oh, come on. Get me out of this mess. Okay, so should we draw another one? Okay, Tihomir is not here, so I'm gonna do it. Okay. Not me, obviously. Srđan Stojković, front-end developer, marsmedia.info. 0 void. Okay, so nobody wants this 1 year free hosting. Come on. Nice card. Uroš Mrvić, general manager, absolutely Deep Blue. Okay, congratulations to these 3 guys, and let's move on. So our next prizes are fantastic, like two iPads mini. Wow! So I'm hoping I'm gonna get one of them, but coming from Active Collab, I guess everybody here knows Active Collab. It's actually a very well-known company here in Serbia from Novi Sad. So if I remember correctly, these guys have a new website. You correct me if I'm wrong, people. So these guys have a new website. They have a new application coming out, which is obviously much more simpler. And I think they are coming up with a free version for up to 5 people in a team. So feel free to check it out. But for now, they're just giving you iPads. So Marco, would you be the first one to draw? Possibly me. No, not me. Okay. Vitomir Budimir. Come on, it's an iPad. Vitomir Budimir. Wow. Wow. Please do it again. Thank you. Lošić Pavle. Come on. Okay. I'm going to have to check the answers too. Okay, please do it again. I don't understand this, man. I really do not. Thank you. Checking the answers first. That's correct. Okay, Nikola Savic. Yeah, this is Serbia. Nobody wants an iPad because they all own iPads. Take it with you. Yeah, just do it again. Come on. Thank you. Okay. PHP. Okay, yeah, okay, that's correct answer. Okay, Borko Mihajlović. My man. Come here. So, obviously the first Serbian guy who wants an iPad mini, so this is a gift from Active Collab. Thank you. Hey, can Pavel do it now? Yeah. We are like randomizing, right? You want to read it? Yes. A gift from Active Collab, man. Enjoy.
And before we go, we just wanted to use this opportunity to thank you all again for coming, especially our guests here, our lecturers. So let's give them a round of applause again. And also to all the people who made this possible, our general sponsor, Humanity. Gold sponsors Performance Technologies and ESOM Advertising. Our silver sponsors, Hello World, Active Collab and TopTal. Our bronze sponsors, Deploy, Business Outsourcing Services, Arbor, Mainstream Premium Hosting and Cloud Horizon. Friends of the event, Orange Hill, 12 Monkeys, Nonstop Shop, IT Connect and eLab. Our hosting partner, Adria Host. Our media partners, Blitz, Netokracija, IT Academy, IT Serbia Podcast, Started, 24 Sata, Alo, High Tech Zone. And now I'll hand it over to the PHP crew.
Since already half of you went out for the beer, I'll be short. I just want to say thank you for coming in this number. Thank you for participating in this conference. I want to thank you to our sponsors, especially to our general sponsors, Humanity, to thank all our partners, our friends. Special thanks to the speakers who, against every situation that they mention you at home about Serbia, you manage and have guts to come here to Serbia. So our president will now call all PHP Serbia members, the team who managed to organize this event and this conference for you.
Aleksandar Vaničić, Dušan Lukić, Milan Popović, Žarko Stanković, Nenad Sparić,
Come on out, guys.
Draško Mikić, Slađan Nikolić, Nikola Poša, Nemanja Cimbaljević, Nemanja Ognjanović, Vlada Popster, Tihomir Opačić, Aleksandar Makićević, Aco Gagić, Ivan Milosavljević, Aleksandar Kaitović, Petar Živić, Miloš Jovanov, Bojan Pejić, Vuk Stanković, Miroslav Malbašić, Ivan Đurđevac, Vladimir Bašić, Marko Arsić, Milan Stojanov, Luka Avramović, Nebojša Dolaš, Milan Popović, Ivan Lacković, Milana i Nevena. We are PHP Serbia. Thank you. See you next year.